Welcome back. We're writing Little Man Computer in C++ for my learning, and we've got as far as starting the little man. We already have a computer for him to operate, and we've written the first couple of instructions, and today we're going to look, I think, at the load instruction, but first I'd like to do a little bit more refactoring of the test structure, just to carry on chipping away at the duplication and the lack of object orientation in some of these. So I'd just like to start by pulling out a little run function for each of the sets of tests, such that we don't have so much of the duplication in the main function. So if I create a little static void run, we're going to need a string for test, or a string for name, and a vector of test, tests. Let's do all sorts of strange consty things, just to make sure everything's done properly. And then if we just copy out that, replace that with the name, like so, and replace that with the tests. And I think that should be okay, and we should be able to just now call run computer tests, and get rid of that, and run little man tests, like so. Should hopefully get the job done. That all looks nice, and perhaps it's also worth just taking away, or at least starting to wrap up this I guess test result information as well. So if we were to perhaps hide this thing in a class called test result, will require a little bit of tinkering, I imagine. And if we had some public things, such as add pass, passes, we're doing it that way, aren't we? Passes plus plus, and add failure in the same manner, like so, and also a print as well. If we go to the bottom, we can copy the print down, such as that, and then we would need to create, we're keeping the slightly global variables here for the time being until we can fully wrap everything, but the encapsulation of things is getting slightly better. We can create a test result called test result, like so, and then replace a few things here. Test result, if I can type, add pass, and test result add failure, and then right at the bottom here, test result.print. And we'll also need to deal with that, won't we? So test result has errors, has failures, then two other ways there. So I'll just need to add one more. Oh, have we given that slightly the wrong thing? Yep. Bool has failures, return failures greater than 0, and of course that's const, as is that. That was quite a big change without compiling, so we'll check that we haven't done anything odd there. We've got a spelling mistake, that's fine. This looks more promising. And all of the tests pass and all the numbers seem sensible. Very good. So we'll commit those changes. Yep. So that one and that one. So extract function to run sets of tests and wrap test result. Good. Looks okay. So that's tidied things up a little bit. We've still got this slightly annoying set of globals here, the test result and the two vectors of tests, but we will gradually over time wrap those as well. But for now, let's carry on with some forward progress and look at the load instruction. So little man interpreting load instruction results in memory address 21 copied into accumulator. Now, if we have a quick look here, the load instruction is the 500s. So we want to assert equal, doesn't really matter, 501 computer dot accumulator. That's good. That will need a computer. And that should be fine, except it didn't save. Thinking about it, yep. And then we need to run our man, which will result in needing a man. Like so. Possibly at some point in the future we'll want to think a bit more about the memory, about the lifetimes of computer and little man, and whether there are any issues with declaring them like this, but in the context of the test that's fine because the scope is the same. but my familiarity with the workings of the memory is not good at the moment. But there we go. So we have a computer. We need to write a little program which has 521 and 0. So that's our little program. Don't need to do any other settings because we're checking the accumulator as the result. That should still fail. It does indeed. And we can go to our little man run. So at the moment here is where the store instruction is happening. So the easiest way to make this pass is to turn this into an else if and have, so store is 300, isn't it here? Something along the lines of equal to 399, so that's the store instruction. And now we can else on the load instruction, which is in memory address 21. We have not set up the test correctly here. We also need to set memory address 21 to be 501. Are we legal here? Let's just do that and check the test still fails sensibly, and that all the other tests still pass after that adjustment. Yep, still only one failure with the same value. So we just want to load memory address 25, was it? My memory is letting me down. 21. That should hopefully make the test pass. And it does. That 21 is something of a duplicate though. What I think we can do to simplify, to remove that, is just to simply take that out and use it from here as well. And indeed we can. We could have triangulated that, but we already had the component parts to put that together. So I think that was a reasonable change there. So I think that's fine for now. Let's commit our changes. We've done that, and we've done that. So git commit. Oh, what are we? How are we naming things? Git commit. Add little man interpretation of load instruction. And there we go.